Gusto. Welcome to Woman Crush Every Day, where we discuss queer media, especially when it's black and especially when it's woman. I'm your host, Allison, aka Al Woo.
And I'm your host, Tang B, aka Sean B. Scribe.
And today we're going to be talking about Joseline's Cabaret, New York.
Doom cha cha
in this bitch. But before we do that, make sure you go ahead and subscribe. You know what to do. Hit that button so you can get all the notifications from when we drop new episodes. Now, we're not going to hold you up. It has been a little bit of a minute since you all have seen us last. But hey,
we're back. A whole strike. Okay, so it hasn't been that much TV out there.
You know,
it's only been a few shows that we've found that are even featuring black queer women. So hopefully the strike is coming to an end soon.
And we can get a whole new batch of fresh content.
Please pay these actors what they're owed. Pay these writers what they're owed.
Period.
Pay all these people so that we can have good content back and they can actually promote it so we can know about it.
That's all we're saying. So,
boom.
Mic drop.
So, with that, let's talk about Joseline's Cabaret.
All right. So, y'all know how we do. If you watch the show, we got our questions. So our first one, I'm going to go ahead and throw it at you, Tang B, is what was your favorite moment of Joseline's Cabaret New York season?
I feel like I need to start with a caveat, which is...
Fair.
We know Joseline Hernandez is terrible. We're aware.
I appreciate this because honestly, I was just going to talk about it. You know what I mean? I wasn't even going to go there. But you know what? We our viewers deserve this. I think that's fair.
Yeah, Joseline is a real life pimp. Okay,
period.
And this show is about people getting pimped, and I am pro ho, so I'm not knocking anybody's hustle. I just want to be upfront about that we are talking about pimps and hoes right now. And so given all of that, my favorite scene.
Hilarious. All right. So if you're okay with pimps and hoes, let's go ahead and get into it.
We'll talk about it more in Queer Canon, but my favorite scene of season 4 Joseline's Cabaret New York was when we had a bunch of the ladies who are part of this house. If you've never watched Joseline's Cabaret...
Right. Hold on.
Rewind. If you've never watched Joseline's Cabaret, this is about what you could call a cabaret, but essentially is a strip show. Women come onto the show to compete. Both cis women and otherwise come onto the show to compete to be in this cabaret, and it's a reality TV series on Zeus Network, so shenanigans ensue, and that's really the point of it, but also there's some dancing in there.
Yeah I'll say this about myself. It took me a really, really long time to come around to reality television as a genre. I was going to film school right when reality TV was like starting to blow up. And I'm like, I did not go to film school for this. Let me tell you, this is not it. I came here for like storytelling and the art and have been vehemently against the entire genre. But you know, at this point, fuck it. This is where we are. I feel like there's so much pop culture that's wrapped up in reality television that it's like, do I stop living so that I can continue to boycott something that everybody watches? You know, it's like, okay, is it my favorite? Absolutely not. But is it entertainment? I think it is. By it. Yeah, it's entertainment. It's television, and I think these folks are all professional entertainers. If they chose that life or not, that's another thing. But they are professionals at it. So there you go.
And I will say I watched Bad Girls Club and Charm School and For the Love of whomever.
All of it.
And The Real World and The Challenge. And I've been here for all of it. And I'm not a film major, even though I appreciate film. But I'll take stories all different kind of ways. So if you want to give it to me the reality TV way, I'm here for it. I think we're all curating our own reality television of sorts on social media. So if somebody wants to pour some dollars into it and make me a full storyline with like some wrestling in between, I'm here.
Doom
Do
cha
you smell
cha
what the Rock is cooking? Okay.
in this bitch. All right.
So all of that said, this season,
Right. Favorite moment.
favorite moment.
What was your favorite moment?
Is when the ladies are in the hot tub. They've already gotten into the house. They've been through the ringer of like who's gonna be in the house, who's not, who's a good enough dancer, who's not, and they're just sitting in the hot tub, actually chilling in this moment. And they start talking about Lucky Hustler, as she goes on social media, starts talking about just wanting to be with a woman, and she's looking for a woman to be with. And Spin, who is one of the dancers who also roller skates, and that's the talent she brings to the table, starts talking about how she's not really out, but she would kind of be. She's really into women. We also have Precious in the hot tub with them, who is also into women, has openly been in a relationship with one of the other ladies that's in the house. And it's just them shooting the shit about their interest in women and whether they're out or they're not out, or they have a lady or they don't, or they've been with
or what
one,
they would
or
do.
they're looking
Yeah.
at what they would do. And it just felt like a really actually normal scene in what is kind of like a stripper circus happening most of the show. But this time it was really calm. It was really chill. It is like stripper circus.
Okay.
It's somebody doing pole dancing with roller skates on.
Like, okay, all right.
That is stripper circus.
And then the fireworks coming out and shit. Like, oh, all right, you might be onto something.
Like,
all right.
So yeah, that was my favorite moment, was them being like really toned down, just having a normal conversation together. And then it ends nicely with Precious doing her booty pop on the water, which who can't appreciate that?
There you go.
I can.
There you go. Yeah, if I go back to my favorite moment, I really wanted it to be the scene where you see these ladies kissing. Like, they teased it, but then you get there, and then it's like, oh my gosh, this is not the dream that I really hoped it would be. It's something else. But the hot tub scene was dope. I think that was fire. You know, I think also that's like one of those moments where I don't know much about folks who are sex workers professionally. I mean, like the life, you know what I'm saying? I haven't been there, but I definitely have never, I think it's felt gay for pay in a way that in that hot tub, it felt like, no, I really fuck with women.
Yeah.
Like, period. That's it. I love women. And so I think that's where that scene also kind of, or that moment in the season really resonated with me, to just, because it kind of was like, huh.
Everything else is a show.
Yeah.
This is a conversation.
This is real. This is me just talking with my girls.
Yeah.
About shit. And yeah, so that was, I'll second that as a favorite moment of the entire season. That, and anytime Joseline came in, studded out.
Oh
that
my
was just
gosh, stud Joseline.
hilarious. In fact, that's kind of what prompted even like talking about this. Because I was like, Joseline as a stud is actually giving.
Yes. So if you don't know about Joseline Hernandez, she is a rapper, singer, dancer. She's an all-around entertainer.
An entertainer. I don't know about all the other stuff. Definitely an entertainer.
She has those titles attached to her, but entertainer. And she's typically, you know, like bustier, bras, thong, panties, booty shorts, all of that. Full makeup, everything done, high heels, ready to get on the pole.
Mm-hmm.
She had a few scenes on here where she was very studded out.
I was like, where your book bag? Honestly, she was just short the book bag. I'm like, Joseline. Yeah, definitely. Just short the little knapsack, you know. That was the only thing that was missing. I am on. My humble opinion. But
yeah, she had do-rag on, braids, like the whole like sweat outfit, fur coat. She was really out here like,
I'll take your bitch. Like,
yes.
oh God.
She was giving like Keke Palmer and Pimp.
Oh yeah, which we did talk about. If you haven't seen that, go back. But yes. Very Keke Palmer and Pimp vibes. And honestly, I mean,
I'm here for it.
Joseline is the pimp of Joseline's Cabaret. It's Joseline's Cabaret.
Yes, she's taking them from their pimps so that she could
so she
pimp
can
them
pimp
out.
them. That's definitely what's happening. Anyway,
yeah.
Joseline as stud was fun and funny.
Is that your woman crush?
No. No. You know what I didn't realize? I think also what kind of prompted this is Joseline's manager, Melissa, is
a stud.
Is a black stud.
Yeah. Or at least a black masculine of center
presenting individual.
Lesbian. Yeah.
And there you go. So it's like, okay, Joseline, I see you got family. Like this your right hand too.
Yeah.
And that was kind of watching that unfold with the fight that happened between Joseline and Big Lex at the Floyd Mayweather fight. And I was like, well, yeah, it was just interesting to start to see all of Joseline's circles and stuff like that. So,
yeah.
No, Joseline was not my woman crush. Joseline can't be. Joseline is a bully.
She is a bully.
She's
not a good person.
But, and so at first I thought it was going to be Egypt because I think Egypt is bad. But Egypt need to... Egypt needs to continue to unpack some things.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, Egypt, you are beautiful, but like, you be so much more beautiful also, maybe release some of that.
Also, shout out Kalamazoo. That's why I really wanted to root for Egypt, because I was just like, yes, Kalamazoo queer folks are on out here, but yeah, not Egypt.
Yeah. So Egypt,
she did good with the dance.
Egypt
though.
bad, Egypt killing it in a lot of ways, but I think overall, we agreed. It goes to Lucky. I think Lucky is our woman crush lesbian fave out of all the show because Lucky left. Lucky said, "Fuck this."
She finally said, "Fuck this." If you don't know anything about Lucky Hustler, she's been around the show since its beginnings. She has been slowly building her business and her brand outside of the show and using the show to uplift herself. And coming back on the show, I think, as a way to advertise everything else that she's doing. And Joseline kind of plays the character of like really hating Lucky and belittling her and bullying her for reasons that really don't make sense, calling her unlucky and money bags and all of this. And but Lucky is unapologetically herself, using they them pronouns on social media, so doing her their queer as fuck shit. And decent dancing.
I'm mad you had to say decent. Hey, we fucking with Lucky, all right? That's just what it is. All right, look, boom. We ain't got to go into the
And
to
she's
the details.
A tiny person. So I'll also say, like, when you're a pole dancer, I feel like what you're able to do as far as, like, pole tricks when you have a very
little
slim,
booties
tiny
matter.
body,
all the little booties don't want to hear
matters.
that.
Yeah. Oh. I'm saying, like, when you're doing choreography, I don't think it's going to hit as hard. When you don't have as much.
She coming for the little booties.
I'm not coming for the little booties. I'm saying, like, okay. Lucky is not precious.
You hear
out
that?
Here,
she said she not coming for the little booties. Y'all heard that?
Real.
You heard that? Not coming for y'all. Damn. Okay, I'm done. I'm done putting you in a trick bag.
Look.
Dang.
But she still is my woman crush. So
absolutely.
I Lucky, the hustle is real. I appreciate it. You are appreciated.
Of the known queers on Joseline's Cabaret, Lucky, you are our woman crush.
Yes.
Ding. All right. So what can stay and what can go for you?
Okay. There's so much that can go.
Ooh. Ooh.
So maybe let's just start there.
All right. Fair enough.
Egypt and Holiday. That whole like Holiday trying to come and get some love off of Egypt while she's super drunk, and them bonding over having killed people is just like it's not sexy. There's nothing sexy about that.
It's giving very SZA vibes. Yeah. Very like, what? You don't like murder?
I don't like
murder.
I don't like murder. It's not hot. So that can go. Miss Natural, another queer person on the show, unapologetically queer. I loved Miss Natural beforehand, in her previous seasons. She was cool. This season she is serving like angry bulldog, like will bite off heads for seemingly no reason. Maybe it's the Duce. I don't know. But yeah, Miss Natural was just kind of like a buzzkill the whole season. So that can go. Yeah, really wanted to love Egypt. But Egypt, it has a very short fuse for reasons nobody can truly understand. So that can go. What can stay is, some of the things that we get that give you a little bit of insight. Egypt was in an abusive relationship, which is what led to the murder that happened, the self-defense murder. So talking about real moments like that, I think occasionally, even in all the trash this show is giving us for entertainment, there are occasionally some real moments that happen, talking about what it's like to be a parent, especially when you are in the sex entertainment industry. What being able to see like some of the ways that the women form friendships with each other, that can stay. I'm here for the mediocre routine of Doon Chow Chow. If I can learn it, I'm here for it. I love anything I can participate in. So that can stay. Yeah, but what can also stay is this is the first Joseline's Cabaret reunion show that I've seen where they actually like talked for part of the time. This is the most talking I think we've ever gotten out of a reunion for this show, which typically is just like bring them all into a room so that they can fight each other, and the host can keep saying like, can we just talk? Sit down, everybody calm down, sit down. So that can stay, but what can go is like Just Hilarious can go. I have to bring this up of what can go, and that is asking to see the private parts of a trans woman.
Ding, 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 ding.
I mean, I guess Joseline wanted to like, I'm not even going to begin to speculate. I don't think she was in ill will in doing that, but I do think that's messed up. And then to tell this woman who very clearly is on estrogen that she can't fight on a show that essentially is all about fight. Zeus Network is about fighting. Zeus Network is wrestling plus reality TV. That's what the network is. And so yeah, that can go. Also bringing people on the show for representation when they have zero dance moves, that can go. 'Cause that person shouldn't have been there. Yeah. Awesome representation, but you can't dance.
That was I don't know where that grab came from. Reach. I mean, actually I know where the grab came from, and it's kind of like, really? Yeah. I'm going to second that. Yeah, I did. The representation, I do appreciate the representation of these women in this industry as hustlers.
Yeah.
I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at that. But I'm never here for trauma bonding. I would rather there be healing bonding.
Yeah.
You know, like,
let's say one for that. Healing bonding. Yes.
You know, like, whoa, you have some enlightening discovery that actually like transforms your world and perception of the world for the better. I want to see that. I want to see two women do that and then fuck. That's a whole different network. That's what I want to see. So I just, the whole thing where it was like this action, this attention, that Holiday in particular was seeking. It actually kind of hurt me, and I'm just like, no, that can go, man. I want you to get the love that you need.
Yeah.
I want you on a personal level to feel the love inside of you and start from there. Stop finding these other people. So that can go. Because everybody was playing Holiday to the left, too. I was like, oh, man, that can go. Oh, man.
Because she wanted it too bad. Like, it was too much. It was like she would get drunk and then she would be like,
I've been pressured. I've been pressured. Pressure. Like, okay.
We actually don't need the pressure at all. Stop being pressure. Because pressure is actually sexual assault. So stop that. Not cute.
No, she wanted this, son. Okay, let me stop. Let me stop.
That's the energy she was giving, though.
Very much, and then being like, you being weird for acting like you don't want it. It's like, no, I told you 12 times I don't want it. I'm not being weird.
I don't want it.
You're being weird for saying I do. Okay. Anyway.
Yeah.
And I'm not. Yeah. I was gonna say I ain't trying to dig. I dug a whole grave. I dug 6 feet on that shit. Sorry. Not sorry. So that can go. What can stay is kind of like going back to that, to just the girlies vibing, you know, having a good time, some casual makeout, maybe less trauma next time, but more casual makeouts next time. I mean, and that's that. I'm gonna leave that there.
Yeah. Miss Wet Wet is not queer, but Miss Wet Wet can stay. I'm here for her. Paris, London, all of it. Hilarious. Yeah. Hilarious. I'm here for it. Get your brand going. We want you to be prosperous. Whatever struggles are happening, I hope this show is turning it around.
True that. All right, so queer canon. Let's take it home. For me, this show does belong in the queer canon. Because I think, we've talked about some reality shows that actually feature queer women. So we have Hoochie Daddies. We've had For the Love of Boop. We've had The Ultimatum Queer Love. Mm-hmm. So we're out here in these reality streets now. Yep. But I don't think we've ever had anything that features kind of the people who get ignored by society. And sex workers have been a part of the economy since the beginning of the world. They are out here. I think we make I love how people throw that around. Like, throw it around. They throw that around like it's a historical fact. Like, the first hoe was also a historian and wrote down, like, I am the first hoe and this is the first job. Hoeing. Like, what? Anyway, I'm sorry.
But it's been around
since the very. I feel like I've heard so many people say, like, it's like the first profession, you know, and I'm like,
I don't know if I would say the first profession.
Okay, maybe that was just my house. All right. Sorry.
Because I don't think all sexual interactions have to be monetized. But I think once you get into a capitalist system and you need to sell something to get something, we're all born with something that become a product. And so, yeah, I think there is a place within the queer canon for folks who are part of the society that we don't pay attention to, but it's actually heavily prominent. I mean, I really respect the art of pole dancing itself. I think it's beautiful. I don't think it gets the credit that it deserves. I think it takes a lot of athleticism, a lot of skill, a lot of training, a lot of strength in order to do something and make it look graceful while you are on an inverted pole. Like, you are risking your life every time you get on there and do all these spin tricks and climbing, and you add roller skates and fire and fireworks and all kind of crazy stuff on there. And I appreciate that these are, I don't know what's happening behind the scenes, but these are women who were already, for the most part, most of them were already in this profession as 304s or hoes or whatever, and now they have an opportunity to market themselves and make that make sense in other places. So I'm not mad at any of that. And I appreciate that queer women get to be a part of this, especially because when you think about selling sex, it typically gets pushed into like, we are selling sex to men. But then you have these women who are on here who are saying like, yeah, we are selling sex to men, but we also actually want to be with women. And you can see that side of things too. And it's not about selling ourselves. Maybe in ways it's definitely selling themselves to women, but it may be two men's desire to see two women together. But then I think there's another part of it, like the hot tub scene, where it's just like, no, these are people who have real desires, real sexual, genuine desires for themselves, and have thought about who they want to share their sexual selves and their romantic selves with, and how that is separate from the sex that they are selling as a product. And so I think all of that is beautiful. And I think no matter what story is being told, queer women exist in it. And so queer women should be a part of telling that story and should be featured within it. Cause we out here. I mean, I'm not selling that, but
tell the people. Subscribe, follow. No, let me stop.
I guess I'm a consumer though of it. If I'm watching Joseline's Cabaret, I'm a consumer of the sex being sold, and I appreciate that there's some diversity there, and it's not just about what's attractive to the men. It's about also like who are these women?
Yeah. I think where it fits in the queer canon for me is like, out of like the shows that we watch, the narrative driven shows, we don't see this much black on black love.
Never.
It's never a bunch of brown skinned women kissing on each other, talking about eating each other out, all kind of shit, just really going there.
Yeah.
I mean, even without going all the way as far as you can go, just black women loving black women.
Yeah.
And that's not even the storyline.
Yeah.
Like, in fact, when you go to Joseline's Instagram and you look at the times Joseline posts about the scenes where the really gay episodes, people are like, it was so gay, I didn't even like that storyline. I'm like, I love that storyline, I'm here for that. But I mean, like, it wasn't the gay that was driving it.
No. It was just
it's
story.
Not the gay. Yeah, it's just people's lives.
Yeah.
It's just happening. And so there was some sort of like, oops, we lost one. There was a piece. There was a piece there, and that we can partake in this casually, I guess. We can watch these people just be.
Yeah.
And that was cool. That was cool.
You're so right. There's so many black queer women on this show. So many.
More than like all the shows. Like, very rarely do you get two black women in a relationship on TV.
And now you have multiples, like Natural and...
It was a love triangle. Like a real life love triangle.
Yes. Between Natural, Holiday, and Precious, and Egypt.
Yeah, okay, that's yeah. It was like a rhombus. Honestly, it was definitely a little hexagon.
We had Lucky. We had what's her name? The one that acts like a child.
Damn,
she was fighting with. She was fighting with I mean, that's her persona. That's like the weird stuff that she's selling is like,
you talking about Yummy?
Yummy, yes. Yummy also queer. Her and Natural maybe had something that was gonna go
Yummy,
on.
Is Yummy like queer, or is Yummy just
no? I
shit?
think that was the basis. Okay, now we getting into my predictions, my theories. My theory is that Yummy and Natural in the previous season were very cool, liked each other, wanted to hook up, and then it kind of turned into like
something went south.
Something went south, and it turned into beef because like maybe you don't like me enough to want to sleep with me, or I don't know what the deal was. But Yummy is into women, Natural is into women. We have Spin, who isn't out, but I okay, can I just say, I never understand when people get on reality TV shows and start in the interview talking about, I'm not out. Because
they not thinking about it.
But you talking to a camera, so
they not thinking about it. They drunk.
They said, look at the camera and you say that again.
She had a whole bottle of Don Julio in her hand while she was saying that shit.
Nobody knows I love women. Like we all know.
She was not putting that together.
Spin, nobody was confused about you liking women. We looked at you and said,
"Damn, you on
like
site?
Women.
You on site?
On site?
She on site? Okay, that's fair. I made that up, but that's a real term.
And it's fine. It's fine. If you look gay, that's great. That's actually wonderful. You just need to know that you look that way." But it is. It's a lot of queer women on this show. Mm-hmm. And, yeah, we never get that.
And, you know what? Here we go. Here's something else for queer women in queer canon. These is like bad bitches. We don't be getting that. You know what I'm saying? Like, bad bitches. Like, yes, my body bang. I pay for this body. This body, these titties, this ass, everything is sitting up, bitch. This is hot. These are the things that people empty bank accounts for. The hair, the bundles, the makeup, the boom, bam, bams.
Yeah, of all sizes.
Of all sizes.
Skinny, BBL, everything.
I think, that's something about Joseline's Cabaret. Like, she's like, I want all kinds in my cabaret.
Can we call it a cabaret? Can I just...
Okay, now, you done Google search the definition of a cabaret.
Because I just needed to know.
Joseline's Cabaret is
it's not a cabaret.
But that's the thing. It's not called a cabaret. It's called Joseline's Cabaret. So...
It's fair.
That's what you get. You get in Joseline's Cabaret.
Yes.
I don't know. That's where it fits in the queer canon for me. A bunch of black women, thick as hell.
Or not.
Boom. Or not. But you know, like bodies. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Bodies. I'm talking about bad bitches. Boom. Black back baddies. Period. That's what they selling. That's what they do. Wah. That is on Joseline's Cabaret. And that to me is some queer canon. Boom. Drop the mic.
Never seen it before.
You ain't seen that shit.
Never.
You ain't seen that shit. And that's my 2 cents.
Boom.
So
let us know what you all think of Joseline's Cabaret. Do you hate it? Or you like, this is trash, I will never tune in? Did you have a good time? Did you tune in and have a good time? Were you like, this season was kind of weak, I preferred the last one? Whatever you think, let us know. I will say I had a good time still. I still had a good time. I know it's terrible, and whatever. I'll eat those calories. Yum.
Shame. All right, y'all. Well, until next time, peace.